Good, yeah. I saw some gesturing. I saw some pounding. You were laughing like crazy. I so wanted to know what was going on in that one because that sounded like really good. That felt good, didn't it? Yeah, it feels good to complain. Woo, especially when we have somebody listen. Okay, I want you guys to hold that thought, okay, whatever you talked about. Because we're going to talk about two ways next to build connection, really the only two that you ever have to have that are most important, and that's empathy and trust. So as you hear what I have to say, I want you to think about your relationship in regards to these two components and what you could perhaps do differently to change the dynamic that's in front of you. Now, I know we like to complain because it's always the other person's fault, right? We're doing things as we should. Unfortunately, we can't change what they do. We can only change what we do. So we're going to talk about how you might be able to change that dynamic. So keep it in the back of your mind as we go. So let's start with empathy. You know, I find empathy is kind of an interesting concept. So when I put the book together and was really starting to look at, you know, what is this connection piece about, I wanted it to be something else other than empathy. Because I thought empathy, I mean, don't we all have empathy, right? Unless we're sociopaths. And don't tell your colleagues if you are. Don't tell me, it's too early. Right? We all have empathy. I thought that's too obvious. You know, but as I looked at the research, and there's a lot of research out there about it, it's not having empathy that's the issue. It's expressing empathy that's the issue. That's what gets in our way. And especially when there's any sort of hierarchy or you're in a work situation, then it gets awfully muddy. So there's really only 4 components to expressing empathy, and you need empathy to have connection, right? If you feel like your leader has no empathy for you, there's no connection. There's nothing. It's 4 components. The first one is showing, again, expressing that you understand. So often when we go into a situation, we know our points well. So to the other person, it feels like we're not really trying to understand, we're trying to tell our point, trying to get our points across. That feels very different. So again, it's the old Stephen Covey thing, begin with the end in mind. First, seek to understand. Seeking to understand first. The second piece is listening. So listening again, right? We're communicators. We know how to listen. There's a different kinds of listening. And as coaches, we talk about level 1 and level 2 listening, which feel very differently. And I'll give you a demonstration. Anybody have a vacation coming up? Oh, great. Oh, gosh. Your hand went first. It looks good. Where are you going? Is that Danny back there? I can't see. Okay.
It is Danny, and I'm going to Punta Cana in Dominican Republic.
Oh, Punta Cana.
On my honeymoon. So.
On your honeymoon. Okay, round of applause. Yes, 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 yes. So, Danny, I heard that it's kind of dangerous there. Do you think?
I don't know.
Yeah, well, what are you guys going to do?
We are going to be on the beach and enjoy some nice adult beverages.
Oh, yeah. I think that like, we might try to do a vacation like that, too. How much time did you have to book that in advance to be able to get it?
Probably 6 months.
6 months? Mm-hmm. Okay. So what you guys just saw there was transactional listening, what we do every single day, level 1 listening. What'd you notice about it? Wasn't positive? And whose agenda was it? I mean, I'm interested, but I'm interested also in things I want to know for it. Let's do that again. Danny, where are you going on vacation?
I'm going to Punta Cana in Dominican Republic.
Oh, what made you choose that?
Oh, we're just excited to go enjoy and be on the beach together.
What do you guys like to do when you go on vacation?
Go jet skiing, and we're going to do AVs, and it's going to be really exciting.
Okay, so I could go farther. It feels very different, right? Okay, level 2 listening. So when you want to show empathy, you got to be in level 2. Right? Listening for what the other person feels is important versus what your internal voice wants to hear, or what you're trying to get across. That's the difference. Third piece, acknowledgement. Acknowledgement can be tricky sometimes because we confuse acknowledgement with agreement. Not the same things. Acknowledgement is being able to say, I understand where you're coming from. And I hear this a lot with managers where they have team members that work for them come to them and say, oh, well, I'm overworked. And the manager will say, overworked? I'm overworked. We're all overworked. Right? Keep talking. But that's your reaction. Acknowledgement is not saying, oh, you're right, you should work less. It's, I understand that you feel tired. I'm tired too. Right? We do have a lot to do. I totally get it. That's acknowledgement, not agreement. And finally, relating, showing that you understand where the other person's coming from. You can put yourself in their circumstance. For many people, again, when we go back to that manager example, You know, you may have been in that exact same situation. You may even remember what that felt like. Having to learn so much, to be new, to have to get all these things done. So being able to say, I remember sitting in your chair. You know, I get it. That's empathy expressed. Okay, little different. So I give that to you guys. When you think of that situation that you just complained about, are you expressing empathy in it?